Hey everyone, welcome to PBM's Video Entertainment, and welcome back to another episode of Thomas & Friends Import Reviews. In this video, we're going to be talking about not one, but two different Thomas VHS tapes from Japan. And I'm of course talking about Thomas the Tank Engine Volume 3 and 6. Why those two, you may ask? Well, I already reviewed Thomas the Tank Engine Volume 1, 2, 4, and 5. I figured I'd wrap up the whole Thomas Season 1 Japanese collection by reviewing two VHS tapes that I have not yet to review yet. Until now, of course. So, without further ado, let's jump into the history of Thomas the Tank Engine Volume 3 and 6. So for Thomas the Tank Engine Volume 3, it was originally released back in March 21st of 1991 by Fuji Television Network. And then Fuji finally released the 6th volume 4 months later. Then on November 1st of 1995, both these tapes were re-released by Fuji Television Network. Then on July 1st of 2002, the third volume finally got a bilingual copy. And then the bilingual copy for Volume 6 was released a month later. And that wraps up the history part. Now we'll take a look at my copy for both Thomas the Tank Engine Volume 3 and 6. Alrighty, so we will now take a look at my copy of Thomas the Tank Engine Volume 3 and 6. So we'll have a look at Volume 3, of course. So, the version I have is the original copy from 1991. So, we have a nice front poster art going on. And, yeah, I'm still learning Japanese, so I still don't know what all this is about. But the background is in pink. And then here we have Thomas and then two little Japanese mascot characters. And then here we have Gikansha Thomas going on. This is Volume 3. And then here we have a promo shot of Henry, which makes sense since Henry's the number 3 green engine. Anyways, this promo shot is taken from Percy Takes the Plunge. Now, for Volume 3, this one is called Thomas Goes Fishing and Other Stories. But anyways, here we have the Birdcraft logo. And here we have the spine, Fuji logo. Same promo shot of Henry, just like with the front post art. And if we scroll on down here. Sorry, I can't even speak. Here we have, it contains 4 episodes. And like I said, this is Volume 3, Pony Canyon logo. Running time is approximately 20 minutes long. And then here we have the back. Here we have a nice promo shot of Thomas from Season 1. Well, a Season 1 promo shot of Thomas. And you can see Thomas pulling some troublesome trucks. And then here we have, I'm not sure which promo shot this is taken from. Has to be like a Season 1 episode or a Season 2 episode. One of those two. Anyways, our episodes are Troublesome Trucks, James and the Express, Thomas and the Guard, and Thomas Goes Fishing. And then here's all that copyright info. And, yep. And the Thomas Tank Engine Friends logo in English. And here we have the tape right here. And here's the bottom of the tape. And I'll put the tape back in the case. And last but for sure not least, here we have Volume 6. And this is obviously similar to Volume 3, except this time we have a promo shot of Percy, which makes sense because, well, this is Volume 6. So, anyways, here we have a nice promo shot of Percy. This is taken from Duck Takes Charge. And this time, instead of pink, we have a yellow background. And then for Volume 6, this one is also known as Down the Mine and Other Stories. But anyways, here we have the Birdcraft logo, Gikansha Thomas, and then nice promo shot of Thomas with the 2 Japanese mascot characters. And then here we have the spine, Fuji logo, then here we have Percy. Same promo shot, just like with the front poster art. And then scrolling down here, this time we have 5 episodes, Pony Canyon logo. Running time is approximately 25 minutes long. And then here we have the back. Here we have a nice promo shot of Gordon from just Thomas Season 1 in general. And then here we have a promo shot of Annie and Clarabelle from Thomas's Christmas Party with the Santa hats going on. So our episodes are Dirty Objects, Thomas's Christmas Party, Off the Rails, Down the Mine, and Thomas Percy and the Coal. 2 things. One, it's really interesting how we got Thomas' Christmas Party, then Off the Rails, then Down the Mine. Feels like it should have been after Dirty Objects. It feels like we should have gotten Off the Rails, then Down the Mine, and then Thomas' Christmas Party, and then we jump to the first episode of Thomas Season 2, which comes up to second thing is that, well, they crammed in a Thomas Season 2 episode instead of putting it on Thomas Tank Volume 7, which I'll talk about more on that later on when I review all those Japanese Thomas Season 2 tapes sometime in the future. But yeah. Here we have all that copyright info, Thomas Tank Friends logo, and yep. And here we have the tape, similar to Volume 3, except of course this is Volume 6. And now we will jump into my review and thoughts on Thomas the Tank Engine Volume 3 and 6. So all in all, do I recommend these tapes? Well, if you already own Thomas the Tank Engine Volume 1, 2, 4, and 5, then you better have these in your collection for sure. Or if you're just like, oh, missing 3 or missing 6, then yeah, like I said, better have those in your Thomas Japanese VHS collection. Or of course, like if you're trying to like get every single Japanese Thomas VHS product in the entire planet, then yep, gotta get these for sure. But of course, if you're a Thomas home media collector and if you don't collect Japanese home media products, then you don't have to get these. I mean, how can you not collect these type of Thomas home media products? I mean, I love the Japanese Thomas home media collection because, well, I just think they're pretty cool. And of course, I'm learning Japanese, and we all know Thomas the Tank Engine is extremely popular in Japan and still is today. But regardless, I recommend these two products, regardless if you get the 1991 original copies of both of them, or 1995 reprints, or 2002 bilingual reprints. Well, that's all for now, everyone. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you all next time. Take care, everyone.